Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we did LA Pangea, a fine, perfectly prominent nation. Yep, it was. We just got boned by the map. So I've resolved this time we're just doing a vanilla random map. That's right. It's been eons, but we're doing it. Let's roll up our nation first, though. 250. That is L.A. Ali Ironwood Grove. I believe it's been done. I can't say for sure, but I believe. 133 is the Bone Nose Tribe of Greenskins. Been done. 334. M.A. Cassia. Definitely not been done. It's not part of the merge mod either. It's one of the newest ones I've grabbed. Let me see. Yep, okay. So it's from this mod called Lao Jai. 0% chance I pronounced that correctly. So we're going to turn off Divinitas, Dominions, and Hands just because we like to be certain. We're going to throw on Improved Casting AI. Lao Jai, there it is. Okay. And this is a mod, a compilation of 5 nations based in varying degrees on Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio, aka the Lao Jai by Pu Songling. They are additionally inspired by assorted classical Chinese works. So we're going to be doing M.A. Cassia, which I guess is sort of B related. You know, I just grab nations. I don't think about them. So we're going in with a large map, standard random caves, east-west wraparound. Not going to be any bullshit here. I think we're on maybe 211. Yes. MA. And we're going to keep it to 6 nations. Just because it works. And Cassia, Restless Dreams. Oh god. Since Cassia's emergence, the dream and waking worlds have found harmony within the kingdom. So again, this is based on... You had to have read the EA Cassia first. Okay, well... We'll go back and read EA Cassia real quick. The Apiary Dream. Once the kingdom of Cassia existed only in the realm of sleep, to the bees that dreamt it. Wow. And to those humans who were invited to visit while they slumbered. Now with the kingdom of the awakening god, the bees of Cassia have devised new means to interact with the human world. Amongst those Cassians without the skill to create a human body, many yet dream of joining mankind and find their dreams made flesh. The bees of Cassia mingle with the human population of the realm, seeking to live as they do and to rule as they do. Okay. Since Cassia's emergence, the dream and waking worlds have found harmony within the kingdom. With the surviving emperor queens having largely withdrawn from waking affairs, power is focused in the hands of a single divine empress, supported by a vast bureaucratic apparatus and a moneyed aristocracy. As power and wealth increasingly concentrates, the common people and even members of the elite have grown to find the aristocracy hypocritical and hateful, and the ministry corrupt and sclerotic. Oh, hold on. Beyond the walls of the beautiful manors of the wealthy, there are rumbles of rebellion in the countryside. From their strongholds at the margins of Cassian society, the bandits and outlaws grow ever bolder. Okay. So we have a race of bees and humans. This is now our 3rd bee-related nation. I don't know why they're so popular. I mean, we have dog nations. We've had multiple rabbit nations, I guess. Where are all the cat nations, though? I don't know. Have we had a single, like, cat person nation? We've had... I mean, there's a dog nation in the base game, Andromania. We've had 2 rabbit nations we've played as. There's a fox girl nation we've played as. 3 bee-related nations. Well, technically, there's an EA Cassia, MA Cassia, and LA Cassia. So there's, like, 5 bee-related nations. No cats. I guess cats are not very warlike. Right. We have versatile infantry, mobile archers and crossbows, outlaw swarms, and sacred cavalry. Well, that's all you need, really. We had glamour, death, nature, water magic with some air, earth, and fire. Glamour communions. Nice. Average priests, dream ministers can train ephemeral guards, and yamen administrators can train reformed swarms at temples. We get standard forts. Alright, we got an envoy, stealth 60, spy. Reasonable. Imperial marshal, 100 leadership, mobile archer with composite bow. And 50 magic leadership. Apiary minister, level 1 holy, fortune teller 1, and bringer of fortune 1. That's really practically non-existent. That's really not even worth just the upkeep. I mean, it's not much upkeep at all. It's 25 gold, like, every, well, no, it's, no, it would be 40%. It's not much, but still. Minister of Agriculture. 1 nature, and then air, water, earth, nature. They are also sacred, which is kind of nice. Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's your, like, basic, if you just care about research monkeys for the lowest cost. There you go. It's not bad. 9 research for 100 gold is pretty solid. But as an actual mage, eh. Dream Minister. 1 death, 1 glamour, 1 holy. 50% chance for another death or glamour. They also have Spirit Sight, Tax Collector, and Temple Trainer. Because they can train ephemeral guards, which sound pretty badass. As far as a mage is concerned, I mean, their research is the same as the other one on average, but they have a 50% chance for 11 research. And then they basically have a 50% chance of being usable in combat, which is honestly not too bad. I don't usually take all mages anyways. So if I would just pluck the half that have a 2, it's not bad, but we'll see if we look higher. Estate Matron. 1 air, 1 water. Air, water, nature. 25% chance for another air, nature, or glamour. So you could get 3 air out of this. Not that far-fetched. They'll all have either 2 air, 2 water, or a nature thrown in, which is Moss Body, at least. Spirit Sight, Defense Organizer 2, which is not bad, but at the same time, I'm not going to move mages around every province for that. They also reduce Unrest by 1. Okay. Which, if this is going to be your main research monkey, and you want to do some, like, blood hunting with your pretender or something, that's pretty nice. Although blood hunting in the capital is never a good idea because the income is determined after the unrest from blood hunting, but before unrest is reduced due to patrolling or stuff like this. So no matter what, you're going to have reduced income any turn you blood hunt, even if you reduce it down to 0 afterwards. They also come with 2 bees at their side. Whether or not that's worth anything. Lord Matriarch, cap only. 4 recruitment points, 310 gold. 2 water, 2 nature. Air, water, nature, glamour. 25% chance for another glamour. These guys are all useful. but the research is not that great to compensate for 4 recruitment points, so you're not really getting these for research purposes. They do have invulnerable 10 slapped on, which is decent. Philosopher +1, so they have more research in sloth and worse research in productivity. They also cause unrest 2. I mean, yeah, the invulnerable, it's mostly just nice to avoid catching some stray arrows. You're not really going to thug with these or anything. They do have 10 attack, 12 defense, which is surprisingly high for a mage. They do have cause unrest to kind of encourage you to get out there. And they do have water nature, which is a pretty decent mix, because Moss Body is very powerful. But the 11 hit points, no natural protection. Well, yeah, they have the 10 from... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, we're not going to be doing it. Grand Mandarin, cap only. 350 gold, 4 recruitment points. 1 death, 2 glamour, 2 holy. Water, death, glamour. 50% chance for another water or death. So you could get some of these to have 3 death, which is very nice. Some will have 3 glamour. Some will have some death water. They also cause unrest. They have invulnerable 5 built on. I think if you get... Yeah, we always think about thug potential, and I just never do it anymore. We don't do long enough games for it to matter. So it's more just about mage potential. And yeah, I mean, they're fine, but I don't know if they're really worth it compared to just making the Dream Ministers. Just spamming Dream Ministers. Most of these are going to have, like, water, death, 2 glamour, or 2 death, and a water. You know, it's just like, I mean, there's some potential in there if you wanted to go for maybe Stygian Reigns, but Stygian Reigns is not as good as I thought it was, because it affects every living target on the field. So unless you have all magic weapons, it's not really that good. If you do have all magic weapons, it's pretty great. A Red Turban Ringleader, non-fort provinces. 50 leadership, stealth, pillager, chaos recruitment 5. These are the bandits and outlaws. Yamen Administrator, non-fort provinces. Holy 2, old age, tax collector, temple trainer for reformed swarms. Whatever those are. Red Turban Sorcerer, non-fort provinces. 2 fire, 2 nature. 10% chance for another fire or nature. Chaos recruitment 15. They are very expensive. Without that, it's still expensive even with a couple turmoil. So yeah, 2 recruitment points is good, but that cost to like research ratio is horrible. But it is sort of your only option of getting fire. And reliable nature, I suppose. Units. We have the Footman. Pretty average. 12 MR, only 8 defense, no shield. Length 5 pikes, 10 attack, 17 pierce. As far as a basic bitch sort of militia tier unit goes, it's not bad. 10 attack's a little low. And they're certainly going to get just shredded by arrows, of course. But not the worst. I wish we lived in a world where arrows had a higher chance of hitting the head. Because then that would actually make sense to have such heavy helmets compared to their armor. But that's not how it works. So that's not how it works. This footman, 10 defense, blah, blah, blah. Length 3 glaive, 9 attack for 22 damage. Again, shredded by arrows, and not really going to do a whole lot of repelling with 9 attack. They're alright. They're alright. I'd probably go for the pikes, but... Here you have a tower shield. 7 parry, 14 defense. With a length 3 spear doing 13 piercing. Yeah, this is what I was gonna... this is what I would pick if I was gonna pick a cheap footman just to have hundreds of them. They will not really get shredded by arrows, and they will block a lot of shit for 25 protection, while doing some okay work with their spears. Archer. Armored, at least, with 9 protection on the body, and they have range 40 composite bows for 13 piercing, 12 precisions. Pretty solid. Now it says here... Okay, I didn't read the text. Some brave few bees have taken up human arms along with their human forms. Though they fight bravely, they wear the form of a simple human soldier, and if struck down, their true form will be exposed. So we all have second shapes? We're gonna have to investigate this. Ministry Footman. 15 defense with a parry, 7 shield. Phenomenal. 10 protection, blah, 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 12 MR, 11 morale, length 3 spear, 10 attack, 13 piercing. So, very similar to the other one. Okay, what's the difference here? They get 1 extra protection on the body. They have 1 extra morale, and they have 1 extra defense, which is significant. But the weapon is identical. And attack all identical. Yeah, okay. They're better, and they just cost like 3 more resources. I would pay that for the extra defense. And extra morale, and extra protection. Ministry Crossbowman. Yep, armored again, 9 protection, with a range 40 crossbow, 11 armor piercing. Now, 11 armor piercing, you're looking at, say, 26 protection through the shield. So you're dropping that down to, like, 10 or so with the crossbow. So on average, it will damage slightly our guys, compared to the archers, who will not. Now, yes, you will damage enemies a lot more with crossbows, but at the same time, you're shooting half as often, so it's hard to say. Ministry Guardsman. Basically the same as the Glaive Footman, just slightly better. It's really interesting. There's a lot of units that are just way too similar. Estate Sentry. Okay, they get bumped up to 15 protection on their body, but they still have a 10 attack glaive for 22 damage. So it's still very similar. Just a bit better. Manor Guardsman. Okay, this looks a bit different. They get a flail, medium flail, 11 attack, 12 blunt, plus 2 attack versus shields. 13 defense only, though. But they do bump up overall to 15 protection. Problem is, I'd rather have a spear than a flail. So, there's that. And then the Mounted Retinue. Cap only Sacred Cav. With Spirit Sight, Unsurroundable 2, Skilled Rider 2. Rider has 12 hit points, 15 protection on the body, 17 defense with a parry 4 shield is very solid. 13 MR, 15 morale, 24 speed. The horse has light barding, so you're looking at 12 protection, 20 hit points with a hoof attack. 16 piercing on the lance, heavy weapon, so full 26 damage with the charge, and an 18 damage falchion. They're solid. I mean, it's a solid template for Sacred Cavalry, right? Like, you can do a lot of stuff with these guys, and they'll be pretty good. Even with no bless of any kind, they're just kind of decent heavy cav. I wish the mount was a little heavier armored, but it's okay. Then we have Outlaw Swarm, non-fort provinces. Okay. So it's a swarm of bees. 20 hit points, 0 protection, 10 defense, 10 MR, 13 morale. They have slash, blunt, and pierce resist with invulnerable 10. It's not bad. They're flyers. They cause unrest, 0.7, chaos recruitment 5, unsurroundable 2. They have 3 10 attack sting attacks, 1 piercing, armor piercing, max 1 point of damage. But if it does any amount of damage, it's a 5 poison. The problem with this is that when you say 1 point of damage and then you max it at 1, then the first number really needs to be higher. Like, this should be 4 at least. Because the odds of 1 damage, 1 piercing damage, doing anything to most targets is really slim. Let's pull up the, let's pull up the DRN rolls. Let's just take 10 protection, okay? Let's say a target has 10 protection normally. That's, you know, a standard militia unit. Armor piercing is going to drop that down to 5 protection. So we're going 1 against 5 on the DRN. And of course, the wiki is broken at the moment, so I can't pull it up. Really, the wiki's just not... It's in the manual. I guess I could open the manual. The wiki just has a nice chart. Just give me the fucking chart. Damn wiki. Alright, I'm gonna open the fucking manual. I'm gonna break a site that's visited as rarely as the wiki. Alright, so we're gonna go to the manual right at the start. Probabilities. Okay, so the difference. So this difference would be -4. That means it has an 18% chance of dealing 1 damage. Yeah, 18%. And that's with 10 protection, okay? It gets a lot worse past that. So on a standard militia, like the lightest sort of militia unit you're going to find, you have an 18% chance per sting. Now, thankfully, these attacks can't be repelled. But even if you connect with that, the 18%, you'll do 1 damage and then 5 armor negating poison. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, these are trash. I mean, just based on my understanding of the mechanics, I would say trash. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm just misunderstanding something, or in practice, it's actually a lot better. But... trash? I don't know. There's not much discussion here about... There's no discussion about Cassia, so I don't know. But I would say trash. Summons and free spawn. Alright, so here's our ephemeral guards that we can summon in temples. They have 10 total protection on their body, 15 defense with a parry, 7 tower shields, very nice, 12 MR, 14 morale. They're sacred, that's pretty strong. Amphibian, great. Immortal in spring, very nice. Every spring then we just get a nice influx. They also have Spirit Sight. Their weapon is an ephemeral spear, length 3, 11 attack, 14 magic piercing. But it is a magic, an MR check for half, which is not so hot. So they would really benefit from either a weapon buff like flaming weapons, or just more strength. Just a lot more strength. But I kind of lean towards flaming weapons, because these guys would benefit, and the hoof attack would benefit. So I'm leaning towards flaming weapons, but we'll see. Otherwise, yeah, it's basically our footmen, but immortal amphibians with sacred. Reformed Swarm. Okay. Now here is where flaming weapons really gets intense. So it's the same thing. They still have 20 hit points, 10 against mundane, slash blunt pierce resist, flying, blah, blah, blah. They still have the 3 stings that are still identical, but now they're sacred. And here is where strength is useless, because it does not add strength to the sting or the poison. But flaming weapons will trigger on all 3 of these bad boys. So if we can crank up their attack value and give flaming weapons, baby, we got a stew going. I'd also say, yeah, I mean, not much is going to help their protection value here. But maybe Undying Enchanted Blood, because they do have a lot of resists. Maybe. It's hard to say, but I do like the Reform Swarm because it's sacred. Siege Nightmare. Fear 5, Ephemeral Bite. Yeah, okay. Ephemeral Militia have Homesickness. Basically the same things, but Homesickness. Revolutionary Dream, also Homesickness with Ephemeral Flails. Celestial Servant. So, borrowing from TNC here. Celestial Soldiers, also Sacreds. Yep. Borrowing plenty of stuff from TNC. Welcome Swarm. Size 8, 36 hit points, 18 MR, 18 morale, invulnerable 20. Defense 15, slash blunt pierce, fear 10, berserk plus 5, innate spellcaster with 3 fire, 3 nature, population killer 30, cause and rest 5, unsurroundable 10, 3 stinger attack, 16 attack, 10 piercing, with 15 poison. Damn. This thing's probably not easy to get, is it? Okay. Let's look at spells, shall we? Plenty of bee-related spells. So let's Celestial Servant. 1 Earth Gem gets you 1 Celestial Servant. It's not super good or anything, but there you go. Ghost Maiden for 8 Death Gems. Siege Nightmare for 5 Glamour Gems. I don't know if that's really worth it. Fox Trouble. 10 Nature Gems gets you a Huli Jing Maiden. 6 Celestial Soldiers for 15 Air Gems. It's not bad. Employ the Welcome Swarm. 30 Glamour Gems gets you one of those big boy innate spellcasting bee swarms. Yeah, that's pretty juicy. Okay. Alteration. Internal Alchemy. Minus 15 age for 5 Water Gems. Again, borrowing a lot of stuff from TNC. Anointed Doom. Combat spell, 3 nature, summons 6+ anointed bees, sacred swarms, for 1 gem. The thing, well, yeah. I mean, you want to, so you have to get them blessed after they're summoned. Well, if you summon them right away, yeah, I mean, probably good. So that's 6+1. Anointed Swarm. Which is not even listed here unless it's just a reformed swarm. But yeah, spawning 6 of those for every nature mage. But it's nature 3, right? That's actually kind of tricky. Only 25% of our Lord Matriarchs will have nature 3. But any nature 2 guy can just throw a Thistle Mace on, or just use a Cornucopia to summon it. Yeah, maybe. The red turbans all have 2 nature. Maybe. Okay, so that's alteration 7. It's pretty high. Evocation. Nothing. Construction. Probably nothing. Most modded nations. Oh, Tally of Requisition. 20 supply bonus, 20 resource bonus. That's pretty nice. 20 extra resources for each one of those for all your guys in your capital or for some of those off-port stuff. Tally of escort. Retinue of 1d6 bees. I mean, we don't really do much with the retinue and all that. We don't worry about assassins. Tally of protection. Battle summoner. 0 to 2 bees. So it's 0 to 2 bees every round. I don't know. I have no idea how good the bees are, but I would imagine pretty shit. Okay. Enchantments. Red Turban Revolt. The scales of all provinces within your dominion lacking a fortress will trend towards Turmoil 3. Every month, 2d3 Revolutionary Dreams, sacred but homesick bandits, will spawn at temples in provinces without fortresses. In land provinces you do not control in your dominion with Turmoil 3, there is a 15% chance of a bee uprising of moderate strength every month. That's nice, but the problem is we usually suffer on Dominion and can barely keep it in our own provinces. So, and I don't know how I feel about just plummeting my income like that. I mean, the idea is you're recruiting red turbans that have chaos recruitment, but it's still not really worth it. Bind Able Royal Astrologer for 30 death gems. Thaumaturgy, we have Communion Master, Communion Slave with Glamour. Yep. Expedited Bureaucracy. In fortresses you control in your dominion, scales will trend towards Order 3. Every month, 2d3 Ephemeral Militia, sacred but homesick infantry, will spawn in your fortresses with temples in your dominion. Very nice. I mean, honestly, it's pretty nice. Kind of high up Thaumaturgy, though, at 6. We don't usually go that far. Okay, so, yeah, we have Glamour Communions. Anyone with 1 Glamour can join a communion. So that means, yeah, Dream Minister, if you... Yeah, we get big... I mean, yeah, big Glamour Communions, big Death Communions. We're definitely making a lot of Dream Ministers. They get to make the Ephemeral Guards, which are going to be really strong. But we also want to get some Yamans. I guess anywhere I have a temple, I can just make these. And then we send them to every temple. And they just all make Reformed Swarms. Every turn. You can only have 1 guy doing it at each temple. But still. Yeah. So our bless is going to be... We want flaming weapons. We want a lot of attack. Those are the 2 big things I'd like. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd have, like, Ethereal or something, but we're not going to go that hard. But we got some unique ones here. We have the Cinnamon Tree. Growth +1, Sloth +1, Fire Nature, Blunt Resist, Pierce Resist, Innate Spellcaster, of course, Fire Gem Generator, 20 Protection. It is immobile, but it's not unteleportable. It's also an Inept Smith 1. Has 3 Lunar Bows, 14 Blunt Damage, double versus magic. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's very good. It's okay. Yeah, I get 150, new magic pass costs 40, it's fine. The Celestial Crab General. Never seen this thing before. Air, Water, Earth, Amphibian, Dark Vision 100, Void Sanity 10, Combat Caster with 23 protection, 24. It's got 15 natural, but he comes with armor and a weapon and a pincer attack. But only 100 hit points, and he costs 250, and he has no AoE clear around him by default. A little iffy. Calamity Bee. Turmoil +1, Growth +1, Earth Nature. Size 10 Trampler. Floating, so he can spam Earthquake to his heart's content. Mind Slime 15. Anyone close to this unit will be slowed down as their minds get exposed to visions from beyond. Possible, but difficult to resist with MR. Value of this ability is the area of effect. So it's an area effect 15 slow. And he's a trampler. It's pretty good. Problem is we want a lot of fire. And it doesn't suit us. The Divine Empress. Order +1. Glamour 1. Yeah, so this is a Dominion 1 thing that happens to cost Dominion, or is in the Dominion 2 section. The Solar Rooster! Oh my god. Heat +1, Fire Nature, Fire Resist 25, Heat 4, Flying, 27 damage Beak, 28 damage Talons, and Fire Flare, AoE 1, 12 Armor Piercing Fire. He's got 15 natural protection, 152 hit points, size 10, 18 MR, 2 miscellaneous slots, and a crown slot. Yeah, pretty good. I think we have to add Earth, really. But I like that he has Nature thrown on there already. I don't have to pay for that. We get Fire. I mean, what more do we want? We're taking the fucking Solar Rooster, and you can't even stop me. I probably lean towards Dormant here, because I think we need... Well, okay, what are we even fucking making here? Obviously, we're making Sacred Cav. But I want more of an army than that. We're not making Outlaw Swarms, because they suck. We're going to be training Ephemeral Guards and Reformed Swarms, but that's going to be really low quantity. So I think we're just going with Ministry Footmans and Archers. So honestly, our scales, we don't need much, to be honest. I probably could slide in with Order 0, Productivity 0. As far as mages, we're going to be making Dream Ministers, which have 9, possibly 11. It's alright. We could go with higher magic. But we do want, like, 6 Dominion or so. And then we need to get this up. Yeah, maybe just that. I don't know. It seems fine. We may want more spells for Bless, but we definitely want... Oh yeah, because we want Fire 7. That's a little tricky to get. Okay, let's drop that back down. Okay. So we need Flaming Weapons. Attack. Attack. Yeah, I mean, getting a lot more than that's going to be tricky. We could take Turmoil 1, Sloth 1. It wouldn't be the end of the world if we wanted to get this up. But I'm not going to be able to get more than a couple points. Free attack. Not amazing, but yeah, I mean... Like, these guys don't need that much more. I could take Berserker instead, because I would give him a little bit of protection, but not a whole lot. We'd have to go Nature 6 for Bark Skin. Earth 6 for Hard Skin. Just don't really see it happening, you know? We'd have to give up a lot of attack, and I kind of want that. For the Reformed Swarms, you know? Like, this will bump it up to 13 attack, which is not amazing, but it's like... It's better. Attack's really underrated most of the time. Yeah, combined with Flaming Weapons, it's gonna be pretty nuts. So I think we're gonna go with this. We'll take Misfortune 1 instead of Turmoil 1. Yeah, and then we're gonna... Probably should try to get that one spell. The Bureaucratic thing. Expedited Bureaucracy, which will bump up all our forts to Order 3. That's a lot of money. So that's Thaumaturgy 6. The real problem is actually casting this thing, though. Glamour 5, Death 4. How the fuck am I going to get that? So let's say we get Glamour 3, Death 2 on this guy, you know? You can't bump it up that much. Not without really late game construction. So I don't know if that's going to be doable. Not without a Pretender doing it. And he's got neither of those paths. So that might be out of the... That might be out of it. Alright, well, we'll just... Mao! All praise Mao! We got 8 thrones for 6 players. Let's do it. Look at this. Vanilla music, vanilla map. What is going on? At least we got a solar rooster on our side. Alright. Ministry footman. Archer. Something like that. We'll get sacreds. Yeah, they're probably good without flaming weapons. Maybe I should just get a few of these. And then Dream Minister, please. For research. Well, there isn't really that much in Conjuration. Maybe Celestial Soldiers. 2 air, 1 astral, though. Do I even have a mage that can do that? No, this guy can't get astral, so no. He gave us TNG spells that we can't actually use. Brilliant. Okay, so forget Conjuration. It's not happening. We just want to buff the Rooster. So he's going to want Enchantment 3 at the very least for Fire Shield. And Alteration 4 for all the other goodies. Well, and Personal Regen from Enchantment. No. I can push buttons. I can push buttons with the best of them. One of them lost the horse. Yeah, like I said, the horse is sort of the weak point here with only 12 protection. It's a bummer, but I just didn't want to go for Barkskin. Barkskin doesn't help the bees much, and we love the bees. Oh, speaking of bees, there's a bee. Where did you come from? Oh, right, they turn into bees when they die. I forgot the second shape. Okay, 1 hit point. Do you have a different bee I can look at that's not crippled? Okay. 1 hit point, 0 protection, 11 MR, 10 MR, 11 morale, 10 MR, 13 defense. Well, 12 defense. They're flyers with glamour. That's the real kicker. And a 15 attack, tiny sting. 1 piercing poison, armor negating, max 1. So they're pretty fucking useless offensively, but they can sort of tank blows for maybe a little bit with decent defense and glamour. We got Wang Shifeng, the Phoenix Empress. Huh. If only you had Astral. You are immortal, 3 months. Sacred, all 1. 2 fire, 2 air, 2 glamour. Well, I always appreciate a free researcher. And now we have to go all the way back. We got a throne here, throne here, throne here. It's looking positive. Solar Rooster gonna be coming in clutch. Alright, one of you needs to be training shit. And then one of you can immediately go start making temples because we want to get our reformed swarms. Amazon Pegasus Riders, kind of nasty, but see how it goes. I'm gonna have you hold. You're going to build a temple. Hey, Imperial Swarm. Look at that. Riding a horse. Go figure. What the fuck? So if the rider dies, it just turns into a bee swarm riding the horse. Okay. Sure. You are going to go here, and we're going to make a Yamen administrator here. Oh, I didn't want to hold anymore. I guess it worked out. I do not love our color scheme, I'll say that. Damn it. Fucking Fire Snake, Will-o'-the-Wisp throne. That sucks. So I'm going in on big fire damage. Train. Train like your life depends on it, my friend. But the answer to that fire throne is going to be in massive glamour death communions. We're gonna get some crazy skeletons going. I could build a fort in Raz. It's not a bad spot. Or maybe in Tenvir. Okay, go for Tenvir. We'll build a fort there. Sacred Cab, baby. Never fails. Train. Where are you, Rooster? Come to me. Yeah. Flaming weapons are gonna go just ham. Ham, I say. Yeah, it's gonna go ham. Construct palisade, please. Bring me my rooster. Emerald Guard now fully reformed his body. Excellent. Bring me my red rooster. Yeah, Mao has arrived. Better tremble. Oh, God. What a joy. Yeah, he's taking this throne. No problem. Doesn't need a thing. He is going to cast on himself personal iron skin. Personal regeneration. Lesser... No. Fire shield. Gift of the hair. Is that really this? Gift of the hair. Attack closest. He's gonna fatigue the fuck out. That's alright. There's man. Let's see how he doeth. It's raining. That's not good. Ow. Well, we did perfectly fine, I suppose. Yeah, the berries. A little annoying. Sprites. We got it. No problemo. And every one of these sacred ephemeral guards will come back till the end of time. Good. That's good to hear. So we know where all the thrones are now. Got this one, this. What about here? Yes. Let's beeline for Fukin and try and get it. You are going to claim this. Slap that on there. You are going to train. Do not stop training. Yes. Yeah. When we get Fukin, all our problems will be solved. And this game is in the bag. After Alteration 4, why don't we go ahead and go Ponderation 3 for Summon Earth Power for our boy. We'll snag Thaumaturgy 1 and then Enchantment 5. See how he does when he doesn't get fatigued out in the rain. What a monster. What a monstrous rooster. Crazy good. Yeah, he's just gonna pick up a bunch of provinces. More money, more money, more money. Never a problem. So we could get more footmen here and archers if we wanted to just recruit sacreds back home. Something like that. He just stomps on everything. Jesus. It looks like he's just jumping around. Stomping on stuff. A local practitioner of a powerful form of martial arts known as Steel Shirt put on a demonstration for onlookers. A large block of wood was suspended in midair, and he ordered two strapping great fellows to hoist it up and let it fall. He took the full impact, but the block merely smacked loudly against his naked belly and bounced away across the room. Then he laid certain of his extremities on a stone and began hammering away at them with a wooden mallet, without causing himself the least injury. What extremity? Despite the urging of the crowd, he refused to try using a knife. Many local bees were impressed and have joined local militias to become powerful themselves. Magic +2, defense +10. What the fuck is happening? Damn, TNG. Okay. We're gonna take this thing on then. Maybe I can beat him to one of these in time for winter to just cross over. It's a we have no idea where he's located, but we also want to be friends with him. Baisha is also running up soon. I don't really care about anything to the south. There's no thrones down there. So hopefully they just start clashing with one another. I also want to get... Yeah, maybe you should build a lab here. Alright, throne number 2. This time with the army. Now we have flaming weapons on all our sacreds. Including the bees. Not the bees! Yep. Extra 8 armor-piercing fire on every sting attack. We lost 5 archers, 1 ephemeral guard. He'll come back. 7 ministry footmen, 1 sacred cav, and 6 of the reformed swarms. We've got 14. Yeah, unfortunately, they are pretty vulnerable. There's just not much I can do about that. We had to kind of pick to go more of an offensive bless or a defensive bless. The rooster conquers all. Well, we took it, so that's the important part there. Could try to work up to be near Mammoth Grove. He can fly, so he can take a lot of stuff. And she accepted. We got the throne of gates and conjunctions. Everything is coming together. Stomp on him, buddy. Stomp on him. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we gotta go for whatever we can go for. So I'm gonna keep trying for this. We can get Irene, we can, but then what are the odds we take this before he takes Fukin? I think we gotta hope for this. I'm gonna keep working north. We need more money! Getting that order 3 in all my forts would have been really nice. Yeah, I figured the bees wouldn't do too well there. He's just unstoppable. He is, in fact, very stoppable. 18 MR is not good. Nope, we ran into Zabalba, and Fukin was already taken, so that's the end of that. We have now gotten too greedy and taken more than we needed. So we are effed in the B. Head back home. We do have a hope here to connect here, though. It's gonna get spicy. We are still gonna need to rely on skeletons to take this. But if he can take Mammoth Grove by himself, please, we might be gravy. Shit, we bumped. What are the odds they can beat the fucking rooster, though? Good. The odds are good. Yeah. I mean, they routed me. He's got a lot of hard-hitting things. That's the problem. 25 damage, a lot of heavy damage. Means we have not much options. We can go here, maybe here. I could actually skip and go straight to Iron Peaks. Possibly jumping him, but if he's there, then we're not in good position. I think it's worth a try, though. So we're about 3 turns away from Enchantment 5. And then I think we probably can take Ku here with our full army and everything, so I'm optimistic. Come on, Rooster. Don't fail me now. Zabalba accepted. Man, Nidavellir did not. Well, baby steps. The fact that I couldn't take out Nidavellir, though, does have me a little concerned. Although we do have more buffs I can cast now. Oh, and it's a nice, easy one. Okay. Skip Gift of the Hair, because you're flying anyways. Temper Flesh is the big one. Yeah, personal. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's probably it. I think it's all you need. Do it. Probably gonna bump somebody. Man and Nidavellir accepted. We're all good. The only one is Fascia then, maybe. That was prolonged. You got it, though. Yep. He's perfectly fine. Excellent. Beautiful. Claim. Perfect. Snuck right in there. I don't think I really need it. Alright, after enchantment 5, doesn't really matter too much. Thaumaturgy. Evocation. Whatevs. We got this in the bag. Oh, shit. They sailed over just to initiate war, and I definitely didn't put any... Yeah, didn't put any PD. So he did... That is a declaration of war. Really quite obnoxious. Yeah, I mean, you can have it. It's that's not the problem. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get all the bees. We want all the bees. And we're gonna take, oh, probably that many. I'm gonna go here to grab bees. Here, bees. Get bees. Hidden gold mine. Battlefield. Get the fuck out of here, man. Why didn't you accept my offering? Why can't you be nice for once in your life? Oh, stop making those. Yep. Shouldn't be much more time. Fascia accepted. Good. Good, good, good. Just a few more bees. We like the bee. This probably won't come to fruition. I mean, hopefully we win before we need that finished, but we'll see. Enchanted Tomb, Brass Door Hill. Tax minus 50%, misfortune, blah, blah, blah. We're friends with everybody, yes. That is the goal. Friends with everyone. Okay, scripting. Our favorite time of the year. So, the masters need to all be the ones that have 2 death, if any. Which isn't meh, it's not that many, but any that have 2 death have to be masters, otherwise it'll get out of hand. Or slaves, I mean, slaves. So they're communion slaves. You, Bengbo. That's it. Now we need a lot more slaves than that. We have a total of, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 total. So probably 12 slaves total, I think is a reasonable number. Also this. 12 slaves total. We have 3. So the rest don't really matter. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then Horde of Skeletons. No, whoops. Communion Master. Horde of Skeletons. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct. Everything's going to be on hold. I don't really care what you fire at, just hold. Good. And that's all our scripting. Honestly, yeah, that could just be there. That's fine. You're back here. Archers. Yeah, we're getting there. We don't do this that often in these videos, so it's not that big of a deal. Masters are gonna be out front, like here. Since they have to do Communion Master first. There you go. And then for Mao, you're going to do all that, but you're going to be on attack rear. Okay? There is nothing else I can do. It's out of my hands. How could we possibly lose? There's a lot of fire shit. I'll give you that. Man, we have flaming weapons. Granted. We also have a lot of skeletons in there. Holy shit, they are spamming. Slaves are at 109. Oh, it's just too much skelly spam. Combined with Mao just tearing through. We lost. 1 archer, 15 ephemeral guards. Doesn't even matter, they'll come back. 105 ministry footmen. Not that surprising. 39 sacred cab. Also not really surprising. They kind of ran right into it. And 32 of the 39 reformed swarms. Also not really surprising considering there's a lot of fire attacks and they have 0 protection outside of invulnerable. But we got 273 kills. Now they got... Okay, hold on. Hold on. $453 kills. Which means that they killed minus 187. That would be 200. So they killed 266 skeletons. And there was still a shit ton of skeletons still on the map. Crazy. Yeah, we won because of skeletons. I think we can conclude that. Well, how many kills did I get then? 173, 180, 199, 210. Okay, so the skeletons got 63 kills. And Mao only got 19 himself, but still, we did it. We won. Feels good, man. Mao, you may claim your final throne, my friend, and become the god we always knew you were. So, yeah. Vanilla maps. Pretty good. Now, was this good because it was a small map with small player count? Or, because I don't think wraparound really played a part here. We just got kind of thrown in the middle, and we had throne connections. Although, it was a little iffy there, and thankfully we had a flying guy, because if I had to go for an army capture here, we would have had to go to war. And if we had been in Man's position, I would be raging. Oh, I would be fucking raging about this. Because where would I have gone? Maybe I would have gotten this. I probably would. I don't know. Maybe I could have gotten to Fukin before Tianchi, but he spread like wildfire. I wouldn't have gotten this from whatever player was right now. I mean, that's right in our cap circle, so we wouldn't have gotten that. There's nothing over here. So we would have been fucked in either of these positions, really. We got a good position. So I don't think vanilla random is really just a guaranteed great game. Yeah, we would have been so screwed. Cause I wouldn't have gotten this either. That would have been really freaking tricky to get like this connection. This would be pretty much impossible. Maybe if I knew where all the thrones were, but even then, the fourth throne here would be war guaranteed. I would have been pissed. So we got lucky. But we had Mao, who was unstoppable for the most part. We did get stopped here, but haha, we just flew over you. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so Cassia, M.A. Cassia. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad nation. Having death communions, where you have any communion that it features death in it, is obviously very solid. It's a lot of skelly spam. We also could have done massive, like, despair spam or something, or we could have gone for, like, Army of Shades or something, but yeah, glamour buffs, I don't know. There's Army of Shades, but isn't there a big luck one? And we also could have done big unending nightmares. MR negate, sleep/confusion. It's kind of nice. Or just Sandman blessing, but that's, you know, it can affect friendly stuff, so it's hard to say. Mass confusion, charm, battle fortune. Battle fortune's pretty good. But you do need, like, need the dream spool and fairy in a bottle, and I don't think we had anything that was nature glamour. Or Dreamwild Legion. We could have gotten that, but that's fucking Thaumaturgy 9. And it's really good, but I think that should be Thaumaturgy 8, to be honest, and I think this should be Thaumaturgy 7, maybe. I think that should be bumped down a bit. It seems too costly. You also get Legion's Demise, though. All enemies take about 2 points of false damage per round, MR negates. That's crazy good. Yeah, it's Thaumaturgy 9 and you have to have Glamour 7, but we could have gotten that. Although 7's a little hard to get. Going from Glamour 2, for example. I guess if you have 16 slaves, you go up by 4 to 6, and then you could upcast with 5 gems. It's possible, but getting to 9, that's very late game. So yeah, it's a solid nation. I like the Death Communion thing. The infantry is solid enough. You know, the bees thing, the second form, I don't know how much that really came into play or anything, but it was fine. The Sacred Cav, not really anything special, although it is funny they turn into a swarm of bees riding horses afterwards if they die, and that's pretty good. And then the Ephemeral Guard, really nice. Like, Sacred Heavy Infantry with Immortality is really juicy. And the Reformed Swarm, yeah. They're okay. It's just tough. And protection. I think Flaming Weapons was basically a necessity, but I don't know, they die so easily. I'd love to see, like, I feel like it should just be a lot harder to hit these things and actually kill them. I don't know if I'd want to give them Ethereal. That might be too overpowered, but I think a higher defense score or something. Like a 16 defense. Or maybe just an attack that's literally just there to repel. That could be kind of nice. Like, because it should be hard to attack a swarm of bees. Maybe that's just me. But they should get like a length 4, just like swarm. That does, I don't know, 0 damage or something. And is just there for repelling. That would be kind of nice. Because then you could crank up attack value and they can at least repel constantly. Or just give them a higher defense or something. One of the two. Yeah. But there's just, yeah. There's not much you can do with a Bless then to really help them out. Yeah, because I don't think Undying 5 and Enchanted Blood would really... I mean, it would help, but I don't know how many lives it would really save. But anyways, yeah, you know, it's all good. It was a fine nation. As far as B nations go, maybe it's the least overpowered one we've looked at. Meaning it's the most balanced one we've looked at. But, yeah, it's a different take than the other ones, so I kind of like it. It's some cool lore. I don't know what this is based on. What is Lao Jai? Strange Tales from a Chinese Studio. Collection of classical Chinese story by Qing Dynasty writer Pu Songling, comprising close to 500 stories. Written over a period of 40 years from the late 1600s and ending in the early 1700s. Huh. Yeah, so there's a bunch of, like, supernatural Chinese tales. Okay. I mean, this is what I'm telling you, though. If Dominions was more popular, we'd see nations based on fucking everything under the sun. The game's not even that popular, and we get 5 nations based on this. Wild. But it's awesome. Alright, my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Dominion 6. See you fine folks next time.